Hey everyone, and welcome back to our first time playthrough of SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated. In the last part, we ended off with SpongeBob's dream, and we beat the final level of the game. And in this part, we're going to listen to Taylor laugh hysterically over SpongeBob making a weird squinty face as he creeps. You're a dork. Alright, so it turns out that there is one more spatula in the... Why do you always do that?
Because I don't like it.
It turns out there's one more spatula in the game that we actually haven't gotten yet. And that is because you could not get the spatula until you unlocked the cruise bubble for beating Robot Patrick. This is the only spatula in the entire game that requires you to backtrack. Every other spatula in the game you can get as soon as you enter the level, but this is the only exception. And it is in the Sea Needle in downtown Bikini Bottom. So if you want to go ahead and actually just pull up your map, it's faster this way. And then go to that grayed out spatula that we don't have yet. This is where, yes, that's actually correct. You do need to use the cruise bubble right here at this spot, and you need to go around that way that it is already pointing you in. Because there is a button.
That I just passed?
Oh, yeah, you need to be on the other side. Never mind. You need to go through the west exit and then go right to the, or go forward to the east exit and then go right. Because you can't take the south exit until you actually do this. But if you go ahead and go for the button from this side, then you'll be able to hit it with the cruise bubble, which in turn will net you a miss.
Hit or miss?
Guess they never miss, huh?
Oh, fucking
And you missed again. Pro Strats MLG. Epic Gamer right here.
I gotta get it right here.
There you go. There's the final spatula, which you will need Sandy for. So what you're going to have to do is go back to the bus stop and switch to Sandy Cheeks. Because, this is the last time you'll ever be playing as Sandy. Unfortunately. Patrick has already not been played since Kelp Forest, but this is Sandy's technically not her last mission if you do this before SpongeBob's dream, but yeah. So all you gotta do is just wait and that platform will carry you out there. But then there is a Texas hook that you're gonna want to grab, hopefully before this platform starts moving back. So go for that Texas hook. And then you're gonna want to go left.
I'm getting dizzy just watching.
Why did it...
Because you hit the ceiling. The game automatically does that. In the original game, it doesn't. But
That's dumb.
I agree. I agree.
Opening up a big can of whoop.
A big can of what, Sandy?
Whooping.
Where I'm from, we say a big can of whoop ass.
So yeah, I mean, yeah, you can just hover, I guess. Alright, I guess you don't even need that hook then. But this is the location of one of Patrick's socks. This is also how you open the south exit, and you get a purple shiny object too. So now that that spatula is acquired, we're going to go ahead and montage together the remaining 16 socks that we have not yet gotten. So I'm going to go ahead and edit those all together really quick for you, and then we will see you guys back in front of Patrick to hand those in. So,
Alrighty.
look,
See you then.
yeah. So something I want to point out that's really stupid is if you get this sock and then you run to the edge of the map right here, the game doesn't know where to spawn you, so it continuously spawns you on this edge over and over again in an endless loop, so that you take damage once from that hit and then you land back on the sand, and then Hans pulls you out, puts you back in on the water, take the hit, land on the sand, over and over again. So, yeah. Really dumb, I know. But, yeah. The way to get out of it is to just ground pound the water like I just did, and then it'll just spawn you back on the grass like this. But anyway, on with the socks. Alrighty, actually there is one other thing I wanted to show off really quick. There's a line of dialogue you get when you talk to Mrs. Puff after beating her challenge right here that we didn't actually show off, but I absolutely love this line.
Well done, Patrick. You're a real star.
Can I get a cookie?
No.
No!
Well done.
Can I get a cookie?
No.
She's just like, no! Alright, so this is a section where you actually can't get this sock until you unlock the cruise bubble in the original game. However, in the remake, you actually don't need the cruise bubble. You can pull this off with just the bubble bowl. I mean, of course, I'm actually... Oh, by the way, I'm playing right now just because I wanted to show this off. But, well, I'm failing now, but I promise you, you can do this. Yeah, okay, of course, now that I'm recording, it doesn't happen. Alright, give me a second. Alright, here we go. Boom. So you don't actually need the cruise bubble to pull this off. I mean, it doesn't really matter because I have the cruise bubble, but I just figured I'd show you that in case you don't feel like making 2 trips and you go back for the bubble bowl sock that we haven't gotten yet. You can get this one right then and there too. Okay, on with the sock montage again. Alright, so now that we have all 80 of Patrick's socks, we can go ahead and hand them in.
SpongeBob, you found some!
Now they're back home, safe where they belong.
Here's your golden back scratcher.
Spatula.
I don't speak Italian.
So, a nifty little thing that is pretty cool about the remake is you can actually, well, not only skip through all of the dialogue really fast, but you can actually stack all the golden spatulas that Patrick gives you on top of each other, if it'll let me talk to him more. You know, if there we go. It's really finicky that you can't just like mash through. But if you talk to him, you can stack all the spatulas on top of each other. And then when you get the other 7 or 8, you can just collect them all at once. Which is pretty cool. So yeah, while I'm still in control, just to kind of talk about the final aspect of the golden spatulas before we go to the final boss, Mr. Krabs also sells you golden spatulas, and in the original game, he would sell them to you for 3,000, 3,500, 4,000, 4,500, all the way up to 6,500. So each one would go up in value by 500. In Rehydrated, the developers thought it was a good idea to instead increase every amount by 3,000, meaning that you have to pay 3,000, 6,000, 9,000, 12,000, 15, all the way to 24,000. So instead, in the original game, which had you only collecting 38,000 shiny objects to afford all the spatulas, in the remake, it expects you to get a whopping 108,000 shiny objects. If you want 100%, you need to grind 70,000 extra objects than the original game, and I personally believe that is absolutely absurd. I think that is a dumb, very stupid decision, and I do not agree with it. On top of the fact that if you want in the theater, that's another 40,000 on top of that. So this game essentially wants you to grind 148,000 shiny objects for you to be able to see all of the content in the game. Now, I will go into what is inside this theater in a moment on my save file because I already grinded it up with my shiny objects and I'm not going to make you do that bullshit again. But before we get into that, I am going to show you two of my favorite grinding spots for this game. I know there's also some in Sand Mountain, I believe, which you can look up on your own time. But I'm just going to include two clips of my two preferred grinding spots, whichever one you think is best for anyone who happens to be playing this game along with us or on your own time. So we're going to go ahead and edit into those now. Okay, so I don't actually know what all I've said because this is being recorded before I talk about the grinding in the game, but this right here is, in my opinion, the best grinding spot in terms of efficiency and speed. So basically all you got to do is you got to get to this spot right here in Jellyfish Fields, come up to the clam, which acts as a checkpoint, and then you just got to drop in the water right here. So just, you know, go in the water, drown right there, and then you'll respawn. Rather quickly, not as quick as I'd like, but, you know, decently fast. And then all you got to do over and over again to grind up shiny objects is turn around, destroy the machine, and activate the Thunder Tiki. Have them blow up, and then you can just walk forwards like this and drown again. And you just do that over and over again in an endless loop until you have 148,000 shiny objects worth in order to be able to buy all the golden spatulas and the movie theater. So, just figured I'd point that out for you. Another thing you can do to be even faster is just bubble wand the Thunder Tiki like that. It saves you some time so you don't have to wait for them to blow up, and it blows up the machine in the process. So, that's my advice for grinding in this game. So, you know, whatever method's preferred for you, but that's the best one in my personal opinion. Alright, this is another potential grinding spot. What you can do is you can just whip out your cruise bubble here and then go for these spots that I'm directing you towards right now. The first one I recommend you do is you go straight for that Thunder Tiki right there to get a monster combo's worth of shiny objects. Then just take your cruise bubble around this corner right here, and this one's a little strict with the timing. You gotta hit it like just right, but if you can get that Thunder Tiki, you can get another pretty good combo. There's a super monster combo right there. Then go ahead and take your cruise bubble up to the top of this sandcastle right here and blow up all of those tikis. And then to wrap things up, feel free to hit that Duplicatotron and then use the cruise bubble again right here to hit those Thunder Tikis for another super monster combo. That is a really good way to grind shiny objects and you get a pretty good amount. But the loading screen I feel is pretty long. I'm not sure how much longer. I might do a test in editing and just find out. But yeah, that's another grinding spot I recommend you try in case you're curious. So, yeah, in short, we already bought Mr. Krabs' spatulas, and therefore we have 98. So we couldn't really show that animation, but yeah, I grinded up 108,000. And then the other thing I wanted to show off before we go into the final boss is this theater over here. In the original game, you can pay 40,000 shiny objects, and what it does is you go in the theater and you get to see all this cool concept art of the original game, of areas and levels that weren't in the game. Like there was, Patrick was supposed to have an ice cream sundae dream in SpongeBob's dream level, but that never got made because they had to scrap it due to development. There were plans for a Glove World level at one point. Robot Squidward was supposed to be a boss at one point. but they ended up having to cut that due to time constraints. I know SpongeBob was also had a caveman outfit and a mermaid man outfit, so maybe there were going to be power-ups. Lots of cool shit you could see. Guess what you get to see in the remake?
What that looks like.
No. You want to know what you get in the remake for grinding 40,000 shiny objects and paying for it? A screenshot of Squidward in his house. A screenshot of the final boss. A screenshot of the Flying Dutchman boss fight. Mrs. Puff, that's 4. That's 4 images. 5, Mr. Krabs at the pier. Robot, Robot Patrick, what, this is 6? King Jellyfish, 7. 8. 9. 10. And that's it.
Those are kind of shitty still images too.
They're low quality. They are worse resolution images than the actual game. And these are all things that you see when you play the game normally. This is fucking stupid.
Wait, there's nothing else?
There's nothing else. It is 10 screenshots from the game that you have already seen all of by the time you get this.
That's dumb.
It's so fucking dumb. And they still make you pay 40,000 shiny objects for it.
That's a waste of time.
I know. It's a complete waste of time. Nobody wants to fucking do that.
Thank God I didn't.
Yeah, I did. And I didn't even know when
Until
I did
just
this.
now?
No, I knew. No. I knew because I went in on my file.
Oh.
And that's what this is. But I didn't know that you just got 10 shitty. I was like, oh my God, there's going to be something cool for the remake. Maybe we'll get to see some concept art of what they did. Or, you know, maybe there'll be like a hidden trailer for the SpongeBob movie remake or something. No. It's just these 10 boring ass screenshots. Very fucking stupid. This honestly pissed me off when I went in here the first time. I was genuinely like pissed off. Like I felt like the developers gave me a middle finger with this. Like if this was the end game, why did they make it 40,000 shiny objects? Why couldn't it have been 1,000 or even free? Like this is absolutely asinine. At least in the original game, when you did grind all that up, you got some cool shit. Now, there's no point to do it nowadays because you have the internet, but at the time, back in the day when this game was new and the internet was still growing, that was really fucking cool.
Yeah.
This is stupid. This pissed me off, and it's even better because if you look at the movie screen dimensions, look at that. The screenshots don't even like fit on the screen. They just come out. Like it's terrible. This whole room, this whole thing is terrible.
No effort put into it.
No,
I think
and
they
it
put
pisses
more
me
effort
off.
into how the chairs look and the design of the room
I know. And
rather than that's.
Yeah, and it pisses me off because, you know, it's just a complete waste of time and a waste of potential of what could have been really cool. And this is in like the top 3 things I dislike about this game. The number 1 thing I dislike is that the grinding is not worth it.